Hey guys, I'm going to teach you about packaging up parcels today. So at the minute I'm just showing you what you need. I've got to talk quite fast. So you need box, bubble wrap, a Sharpie, packaging tape, normal sellotape. You need plastic, these plastic wallet things, some paper, and that is a card wallet thing that people put handmade cards in. I use that just to put everything in. The first thing I'm going to do is put the tack into the little plastic Ziploc bags, and ignore the fact that I'm in pyjamas and stuff. And yeah, I open one up and I put the relevant tack in it, and then what I do, as you'll see in a second, my hand I go out of sight. That's because you'll see in a second here. I'm pushing the air out of the bag before I seal it. So I do that with every one, and it makes it flatter and can help reduce the postage a bit because it's not as bulky. So I'm just doing that with all the relevant pieces. There's only a few bits to go in here. Now on this one I'm using a box because I have some jumps to put away. However, jiffy bags are what I usually would use, and I do show you one of those later on. So I'll talk about that a bit more. But obviously if you have anything that's made of wood or is bulky, it needs to go in a box. Do not put it in a jiffy bag, it will get broken. I mean, if you put it in a box then in a jiffy bag, fair enough. But as you can see here with the jumps, I'm packaging them up in some bubble wrap. Now the key is to cover the extremities. The bits that poke out are going to be the most vulnerable. So if you keep the bubble wrap really snug onto the jump or the wash shawl or whatever, it helps to protect it. Make sure all the extremities are covered and there are no gaps in the bubble wrap. Really wrap it tight with the sellotape. Don't break it obviously, but the tighter it is, the better job the bubble wrap will do. I'm just doing this with the second one here. You can get bubble wrap from anywhere, JTF, Amazon, eBay even, or the post office if they've got a little store, which they usually have. You can get it from anywhere, same with boxes and jiffy bags. I tend to just recycle them. I order online a lot, so I get a lot of things I get a lot of things in jiffy bags and in boxes, so I just hang on to those, and if need be I can make them smaller or even bigger. So I'm just wrapping up this jump nice and secure here. As you can see, I'm covering up all the extremities, so the jump cups and the stand bit that it stands on. Right, now I'm going to put it in the box. No, I'm not. First thing you want to do on any box is you'll see that at the bottom there's a join, and usually that will be sellotaped over, but I always like to give it just another one just to keep it secure. So with my packaging paper and my scissors, right, now I'm going to start putting things in. Now actually the way that you pack things is quite important. I always try to make sure that they can't move around, so this box is ideal really. I put the jumps in diagonally, and that happened to be the only way they fit, but that way they fit perfectly and they don't move around, because when they move around that's when your problems start. Now I'm taking my little card wallet, and that's what I'm going to put the flat items of tack in, so the saddle and bridle and stuff. So I'm just opening it up, and then you shove everything to one side. Now I'm not entirely sure where you can get these from. You don't have to use them, it's just something that I like to do because I just think it keeps everything together and looks a bit better. So they have an adhesive strip on them, so I'm just doing that up now and then folding over to make it as small as possible and going in with the sellotape again to secure that. Then I fit that into a gap, you can see just down the corner there. Again, that pads it all out a bit more. I'm not too worried about that getting broken because it's not likely to happen. Then I've got 3 jump poles. These can get squished quite easily because they're just paper straws. So I'm popping those into a plastic bag. I have to chase it around a bit, and then I roll the plastic bag around it. It takes me a while to do this. So yeah, I'm failing miserably. And then when that's wrapped around, I'll secure that with some sellotape. I think we're nearly there. I was packing all these up with hay fever as well. It's not too bad today, but yeah, it wasn't fun. Okay, so yeah, I'm just going to pop those in as well. And the next thing I'm going to do, as you'll see now, is I'll get some more bubble wrap and fill in any areas that aren't padded out. So down the sides of the jumps, that needs padding. So as you can see, I'm shoving that down there and doing on the other side as well. And that again stops things moving around, helps prevent them getting broken. So now I have to, well, I have a little invoice thing. All my little notepad that I write the invoice on is done by Vistaprint, and my cards, my business cards, are done by Vistaprint as well. Brilliant website, and they have a lot of offers on, so you can get things nice and cheap. So I'm just popping those in. I always include them. Now I've got to do a little bit of DIY on the box because there's not quite where I need it. As you can see, that bit there. Now I did actually have some spare cardboard that had fallen off it, so I'm just using a little bit of clear tape just to secure that in place. And now I'm going to add that bit of cardboard to that corner. You don't want to leave any area uncovered because that leaves it susceptible to damage. I think I couldn't find it. There we go, found it. Now I'm just going to go in there with the packaging tape and go crazy. I'll speed this bit up and it will just, yeah, I'm just going to keep going in with the packaging tape, making sure that there are no loose areas. I don't know what I'm doing now. Oh, I was looking for the packaging tape. So I'll just cut this and we'll carry on when I find it. Oh, I found it! Right, so I'm just going in and I'll speed it up in a second, but this is what I'm going all the way around the box, as you can see. That's a better angle. I don't skimp on packaging tape. I've been bitten a bit by it before, so I always go overboard making sure things are secure, especially jumps and wash tools because they break notoriously. You can use this kind of method for models or whatever else you're shipping as well. Just remember to cover the extremities. With models, I always like to use tissue paper to cover up their ears and their legs and their tail. That helps to just prevent rubs in those areas, and obviously their hooves. Those are the 3 worst areas, and then wrap them in bubble wrap. No, wrap them in a layer of tissue and then a layer of bubble wrap, and pad the box out really well. So as you can see, wherever there's a join on the box that isn't, I don't know how to describe it. You can see, I'm pointing at the screen here, but you can't see what I'm doing. There's a kind of, where the cardboard is folded and not split, that area I don't have to do because that's all fine. But wherever the cardboard joins together, but there's like a little slit because it's not, wherever there's a little slit basically, and you can see sort of inside the box, that's where I'm covering up with the tape. So now I'm going to speed it up because it's just me packaging stuff up, so yeah. Enjoy!
A drop in the ocean, a change in the weather. I was praying that you and me might end up together. It's like a wishing for rain as I stand in the desert, but I'm holding you closer than most, 'cause you are my heaven. I don't wanna waste the weekend. If you don't love me, pretend a few more hours, then it's time to go. And as my train rolls down the east coast, I wonder how you keep warm. It's too late to cry, too broken to move on, and still I can't let you be. Most nights I hardly sleep. Don't take what you don't need from me. It's just a drop in the ocean, a change in the weather. I was praying that you and...
Okay, so the next thing you need to do is write the addresses out. I've obviously done this at an angle so that you can't really see, and I will blur the clip as well. Obviously I don't want to give their address away or mine in a bit. Key thing to remember when writing addresses is I always write it on plain paper, and I always write it in Sharpie and big writing. It just annoys people when they can't see it quickly. They need to just be able to glance at it and be able to read it. Make sure your writing is really neat and really clear, and I always include UK on the end. I don't really need to, but I do ship internationally occasionally. That's a mouthful. And you may as well just write UK on the bottom, or wherever the country is, wherever it's going to. Yeah. Shipping internationally is a whole different ball game. You need to go on the Royal Mail website to have a look at all that. Okay, so here I'm just cutting out the address. And as you can see, it's a little bit big, so I'll just trim it down to size in a second. Trying to cover up the address there. I'm just trimming it down, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with the clear sellotape and tape it all over. As you can see, this is all on the edges and over the main part of the paper. And this keeps it free from rain damage or water damage of any form, and makes it a little bit more sturdy. I'm not too worried about what the package looks like as long as it's secure. So that's the edges done, and then I'll go over the main part. You use a lot of sellotape doing this, but it's worth it. You could just write the address on, but with boxes I never have enough room, and generally speaking I used recycle packaging, so you know, boxes and jiffy bags that I've already used. So there's always my address on it, so I have to get that off. Right, now I'm going to write my return address. Here you can see me writing from. Always, always, always include a return address, because if it gets lost, this way it might get sent back to you. So I'm just writing my address on here. Also, if they feel the need to send anything back, they then can. But a return address is really important. So write your address on the back, make sure you put from whoever you are, like Elizabeth or whatever. Include your full name as well. That's mine on. Now I have to attempt to show it you without revealing the address. Oh, what I'm doing now is I'm just sticking one of my labels on, again from Vistaprint. There, Freedom of Spirit Studios. Just helps them to identify where the package has come from and which person in the household it will be for. Now, as you can see, here is a jiffy bag. This is one I did earlier. It's kind of hard to show you because of the address. Again, note that they are very, very securely wrapped. As you can see, jiffy bags you can get from anywhere really. That is a jiffy bag. Just carrying on with jiffy bags, they have a layer of bubble wrap inside them. They are like padded envelopes. In terms of actually shipping things, you need to go to the post office, go up to one of the assistants or one of the workers and say, can I send this first class or second class? And then they'll put it on the scales for you and give you a price. And always ask for proof of postage as well, just in case anything goes wrong. If if you just stick something in an envelope, stick a stamp on it and put it in the post box, it will not please your recipient, because that is really annoying, because it means that whoever receives the package has to pay the postage that you failed to pay in order to retrieve the parcel. And obviously if you're doing a trade or something, that might make me tempted not to include everything, because I've had to pay to retrieve the parcel, and it'll be a £1 handling fee plus whatever postage you didn't pay, and that can be, you know, it can amount to about £5, and that's a lot, you know, to retrieve a package that you should have paid for. So never ever ever just go to the post box, stick a stamp on something and put it in, because that is not right. Go to the post office. If you're remotely unsure, go to the post office and just say, can I post this? They'll even take normal letters. It's better to be safe rather than annoy your buyer, because that is just, it's so annoying. I've had it done many times and it's incredibly frustrating. So that's, you know, if you're unsure of how to post something, go online. No disrespect to parents, but some parents aren't the most savvy where the postal system is concerned. I've had a few, oh well, I asked my parents and they said this. That's wrong. Go online onto the Royal Mail website and it will tell you how to post stuff. Just a note, tack or any form of tack or anything that is remotely bulky, even slightly bulkier than a sort of padded card, needs to go in a jiffy bag. I would never ever ever send any tack in a normal envelope, because that will not protect it and will incur postage costs. So yeah, I know that I'm ranting, but it's something that people do and it really really annoys me. So yeah, I hope that helps. If you've got any questions below, then have a look. Then feel free to comment or message me or whatever. But I think that covers everything. Shipping internationally is difficult. You always need to, well, you can just nip into your post office and ask for some advice, or you can go online and that will explain the whole procedure to you. Basically, if the country is not in the European Union, you will have to sign a customs declaration form, stick that on to your your package and send it that way. Bear in mind as well that international shipping will be more expensive most of the time, unless it's a really tiny little thing. So yeah, I hope that helps you. Check out the Royal Mail website if you've got any questions. That will answer pretty much everything. If you're stuck for where to get things, for where to get jiffy bags or boxes or whatever, recycle them from whatever you've ordered online, or you can buy them from places like Amazon, eBay, JTF, and even the post office will sell them. They will just be more expensive at the post office. So yeah, I hope that helps you. Any questions, feel free to ask, and yeah, thank you, bye.